welcome back to the madness. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. We're gonna start trying to do the vlogs again. Things have settled down in my life. I'm starting to feel better. So we're just gonna try to start it all over again. Sorry if I cough. I do still have this tickle, and when I talk a lot, it just, I cough. And I'm not gonna keep pausing because I don't want a whole bunch of clips to put all together and all that craziness. So, what's been going on? So, I think the last time I recorded anything was back in February. And then I got this stupid hand injury. I think what happened was, there was like about 5 nights in a row that I had really bad insomnia. You know me in words. If you come here, it's going to be a hot mess. It's always a hot mess. So welcome back to the hot mess. So anyways, oh, you want me to turn here? Okay, let's pay attention to the GPS too, remember, because we are doing my job here. Okay, so anyways, I had insomnia for a good 5 days. Now I go through batches. I usually, I don't have like a set sleep schedule. I try to get to bed by 1, but if I can't go to sleep until 4, then all I'm doing is laying in my bed playing on my phone. I was playing this game where you had to stretch your thumb really high up. It's like a Candy Crush, but it's not Candy Crush. Which, I mean, trust me, I play Candy Crush. But I had to really stretch my thumb, and I didn't realize I was doing it. And one night it was like, ooh, that's starting to hurt. Well, I ignored it, and now I looked it up online, and it's called something like trigger finger or smartphone thumb or something. I don't know. Anyways, I pulled a tendon or something, I don't know, in my hand. So it really hurts too. There's sometimes I can't even write. I can't even hardly lift a pen to write. Holding a needle sometimes hurts. I never know what's going to hurt and what's not going to hurt. But what happens is it feels like this electric shock goes through my hand. It's like, if I'm holding something, I drop it because it's just like, here's a weird thing too. When I was sick, every time I would cough really hard, my hand would pulsate and zzz. That's the only way I can explain it. Zzz. It's like, what the heck? All I was doing was coughing. I wasn't holding anything or nothing. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like this electrical, and it's not like where carpal tunnel is, because my mom had carpal tunnel. I know where that is and what the numbing and all that. This doesn't numb. It's just, it's a throbbing pain. Like when I'm trying to hold something, it's like, if it's heavy, it's like, oh, nope, can't do it. Take it, I'll try to grab my plate for dinner. I was like, no, wait, help, wait, other hand, Anyways, so I've been dealing with my hand since, I want to say the middle of February, and it's getting better, but then it's not getting better, and it's getting better, then it's not getting better. I don't know. So then came, so I didn't do videos because I was barely cross-stitching, and I found out if I do small projects, like small hoops with not a lot of fabric, basically, lightweight projects, which are small projects, I could do those no problem. Some days. I mean, you never knew if I was going to be able to stitch or not. It was very frustrating. And some days my hand would hurt, and I'm like, I just gotta put at least 100 stitches in. And then I would start stitching, and it would start feeling better. And I'm told John, I said, I don't understand this. I try to do some things, it works. Do other things, it doesn't work. The next day, do the same things over again. And it was vice versa. It's like my hand has its own freaking trying to say? Mind, that's what it was. What it wants to hurt at what day, you know? So anyways, I didn't do any videos because I didn't have very much to show. And then, that was March and April, because it was for like 2 months. Just wait till you see my stitch counts. They're so down. I'm not even going to get half of my goals done this year, which I've kind of realized that I shouldn't even set myself goals because, yeah, they're just... I set a goal and it's like my brain goes, you really don't want to do that, do you? No, we're not going to do that. Because then it's that whole thing, well, I feel like someone's telling me I have to do something, even though it's me telling myself, you know, which makes no sense. Okay, where am I going? Is it right here? Sharp Point? Oh, I gotta go past this street and then it's that street. Okay. Yeah, so then, my hand was actually starting to feel better in the end of, right, turn here, at the end of April. I was like, okay, so after Mother's Day, I'm going to do a floss tube. Well, I don't even know why I even thought of that I was going to be okay after Mother's Day, because I'm never okay after Mother's Day. So basically, you get Easter, where it's Easter lilies. That messes with my allergies. And then depending on how close it is to Mother's Day, oh, look at all the little baby geese. Can you see them? I think those are geese, right? They're little babies. Okay, concentrate. So, then Mother's Day comes, and then you have all the stuff outside growing. My allergies for spring are the worst. My fall ones aren't that bad, especially now that we don't get hay at work, because, oh, hay and corn stalks would throw my allergies off big time. But we don't get that anymore, so it's not, my fall ones aren't that bad. But my spring ones have always been really bad. Okay, wait, we gotta pay attention. So, you know what, let me pause you because I'm gonna be pulling up. Did I pass it? I felt like I just passed it. Yeah, I think it's the house right behind me, where it doesn't show any address, of course. Ooh, I don't like going backwards. Can I see an address? 934? 934. Okay. So, let me go deliver this, and then I will be back in the car. And then we have kind of a long ways home. Well, not home. Back to the shop, so there won't be any more pausing. So, then, after Mother's Day, I always get sick. Basically because I run myself to the ground. I work so many hours, don't get a lot of sleep, don't eat properly. So, I'm always, right after Christmas, right after Mother's Day, it's like my body says, you've worked us too much, we're putting you down. So, I always get sick. And it doesn't help with stuff growing and all that crap. My allergies. So, the first, oh, look at they're in the street now. I don't know if you guys can see them. I don't know, I just love the little babies. They're just so adorable. Here, can you see them? Can I zoom you in? Oh no, I just think I messed that up big time. See the babies? Oh gosh. They're the babies. Okay, let's try to get you back. Oh. Okay, are you good? You're good. Kind of. I haven't used this in so long. Oh, I guess I got too much. Oh, that wouldn't help either. My cord was pulling you guys down. So, oh wait, let's pay attention. We don't want to run over the babies. Okay, so, now it's saying you're not responding. So, let me see. Oh God. And then my seatbelt's trying to kill me too. Okay, what is the problem here? Okay. Reading. Are you going to read it? Yes, it's reading. I hope Miss Coffee doesn't start talking. I was watching her video, and usually when I plug it in, my car, or it just automatically starts playing the last thing that I played that I was watching. I was watching her vlog. Then I was like, she inspired me, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just get my lazy tail off of here, and just go do the vlog. So I don't know why it says that I've only been recording for 2 minutes. Hopefully it'll all be good. Anyway, so just got a little bit better for my allergies, and I was like, I jinxed myself because, you know, I quit smoking, what, 3 years ago? I think in June it will be 3 years ago. So the last time I quit smoking, when I would get sick, okay, so every time I get sick, then it would turn into bronchitis. But the last time I quit smoking, I noticed once I got sick, then it didn't turn into bronchitis. So I was at work and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think this is not going to turn into bronchitis. Doesn't feel like it. The next day, full on bronchitis. I was like, what the hell? And then 2 days later, Becca got sick on me. I was like, oh man. So it felt like right when I got done with the bronchitis, then it felt like I got strep throat. And I was like, what the heck is going on with me? I don't have insurance, so no, I didn't go to the doctors. But finally, last week, after being sick for a month, I decided, okay, you know what, this is it. I had that prescription of antibiotics, and yes, I went on to make sure that it would be good for strep throat and ear infection, because we found out Becca had an ear infection. So I had the antibiotics. Me and Becca started taking the antibiotics, and now we're both, well, she's almost done. I just have this little bit of cough still, this little tickle in my throat. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but now here's the other time of year that my allergies go crazy, because all of this freaking cottonwood flying in the air. I don't know if you can see it, but it is really bad. So that makes my allergies start going, but it's not like nose and, you know, it's just, I sneeze a little bit, but it's not like a constant runny nose or anything like that. TMI, I know. But it does make my throat like a little coffee. Well, when I was sick, I found I couldn't lay down in bed. So I started sleeping in my chair, and then I realized, well, sleeping in the chair, my hand's not hurting anymore either. Well, I mean, it's hurting, but what would happen is when I would wake up in the morning, my hand would hurt so much, and it's my right hand, so I do everything with it. Even I know it hurts, but the first thing I do, I go to turn the doorknob to get out of my room. I'm gonna cough. And I could not turn the doorknob. Oh, that was a big one. Yeah, it's potholes season here. I couldn't turn the doorknob, so I'd have to, use my left hand and then be able to get out of my room. Well, I noticed, sleeping in the chair, I didn't have that much pain when I woke up. I still had the normal throbbing and once in a while the electric shock, but I didn't have that. I can't hold anything, turn anything, do nothing with this hand. So I don't understand. I think I'm sleeping on it wrong. And it's like one day the brace helps, one day the brace doesn't help. It hurts it more. It's like I don't know what to do with my hand, but I'm just treating it, I did find that they have these patches at CVS, and I only like the CVS brands because it seems like there's the ones that really do it. It's Icy brand. It's like Icy Hots, but it's the CVS brand, And oh my God, they make my hand feel so much better. But I gotta wait for them to come back in stock, because the 4 stores around where I am, I bought them all. And they haven't come back. And I'm like, I need these. Because there were some times that I was putting one in the morning and one at night, because my hand was so like shocked. Anyways, so when I was sick, I wasn't cross-stitching, because I was doing, basically the only way I can describe it is I felt like I was coughing from my toes. I was coughing so hard, and the migraines that you get from coughing that hard and trying to cross-stitch while you're coughing, it was just frustrating. So I gave up on cross-stitching while I was sick. So last week, I'm like, okay, the antibiotics did like a miracle. Within 2 days, I was feeling really good, able to talk without choking, because I'd be like, it was so weird. My throat hurt so bad that I would like talk for like 2 sentences, and then I would just wave off John. Okay, hold on. I had to take a drink because I could feel that. I would just wave off John and Becca like, I can't talk anymore, and they'd be like, just text us. Like, so we did a lot of texting sitting in the same room. But anyways, so I started cross-stitching again last week. And I even told my cross-stitching groups, I'm like, put me on pause, kick me out of the group. I don't care. I can't cross-stitch right now. Which I did quit 2 of my groups. I think it was 2. It was just too much. It really was. You're going the wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. You're a dumbass. This is a one-way. Okay. She turned off on the thing. I don't know. You probably couldn't see her, but she was like, she just waved at me. Okay. Anyways, so I picked up the cross-stitching, and because I've been stitching all the stuff, all the small ones, and of course I'm gonna start yawning, because what would be a vlog without me yawning? Let's face it, my favorite cross-stitch pattern to stitch is the Pokemon. But the Pokemon was too heavy for me to hold with my hand. I found out last night, it still hurts my hand, but I don't feel like cross-stitching on anything else. So I am limiting how much I can cross-stitch, but the other stuff is just, it's not what I want to cross-stitch right now. I don't know. I'm going to give it the weekend, and if my hand really starts hurting again, then I'll put it down and I'll find some more small things. Which, there is a pattern that I'm going to start cross-stitching. Okay, now I got the hiccups. For Miss Coffee, and it's a small medium. So, I don't want to stop the clip again. And that's going to be a fun pattern to stitch. So, hopefully, I can go back and forth from Pokemon to that. And maybe my Harry Potter heart. But I finished so many things, but I don't want to do a video yet because, well, first of all, me and Becca have decided to switch desk in the craft room. The craft room is trashed. I decided to not put my floss in the, when we were growing up, my dad had these utility cabinets, and he would put screws and bolts and little parts in it, And I bought 4 big ones of it and put my DMC in it. Well, I'd rather just have the DMC in bags up front by me, so I can just reach in there and, you know, go through the rings. I'm putting it in floss bags is what I'm doing, on rings. And they'll all fit in one, what is it called? Cube. You know, the cube box thing, you know, the little cube thing that you put in they're usually 6 or 9 cubbies. So, yeah, the cubes that you put in the cubbies, that's it, okay. So, all of them will fit in the cube. So, it just makes more sense. And I was like, but then I didn't want that, because that was a lot of money. Like, well, I don't want that to go wasted. And I asked John, I said, could you use this, you know, for like your train parts and stuff like that? He's like, maybe like half of one. But my stuff is quite big. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I figured, but I thought I would offer anyways. And I said to Becca, I said, wait a minute, what about your cover minders? How about if you stored your cover minders? Because she has all these, like, fancy, like, toolbox looking things. And she has, like, 5 of them. I said, why don't you put your cover minders in that? And then, because John wanted some of her toolbox things, so you can give them to Daddy and then it'll all work out. She's like, yeah, that sounds good. Well, then it was so funny because one night I dreamt about it, and then the next day, okay, are you going to stay in your own lane because you're crossing the white line and you're a truck and I'm a small car? Yes, we're going back to road rage. This is why I stopped doing vlogs, because I can't stand how other people drive. So anyways, the next day I was going to tell her, and I had to go in the back room to get a towel to take a shower, and I saw that she already did it. So it's really cool that on the front of the drawer, she has a cover minder of what's in that drawer. So she could just look, pull, and then pull out the cover minders. I'm like, oh my God, we like are both geniuses, but mine came to me in my dream. And I'm like, and trust me, I did not see it back there because, you know, when I saw him, like, was she in my dream last night? I had that kind of like weird thing, you know. We were dreaming the same thing. Anyways, so I am going to do a floss tube, but I'm thinking of waiting until another week or 2, because we got to get the craft room back together. And now I'm actually feeling good where I can, like, move around and do things. I'm back to work, if you can't tell. I was off and on for about 3 weeks. I would, like, go in a day and then come home and just be exhausted and even worse. And John's like, you're not getting better because you're not letting yourself, you know, relax and heal, you know. So yeah, it was just it's been a rough, like, couple of months, but I feel like things are starting to get back together, you know, working its way out. That doesn't sound right. Anyways, things are working now like they used to. The only thing is now, because of gas prices, I can't afford to have John's vehicle on the road. So I'm doing all the deliveries, unless there's, you know, a couple of days where I can't do them all, because if there's more than, I'd say, like 30, he's got to come in and help because the area is way too big. So, and I told him, well, maybe what I'll have you do is you'll just come in at the end of the day and just do, like, one run if I need you. So, I don't know. We're going to work it out. Hopefully these gas prices will start lowering because it really sucks. It takes $50 to fill up my car. And it takes just like $95 to fill up John's car. Well, we each have to fill up twice a week. So that's $300 a week just in gas. I told him, you got to park yours because I can handle $100 just my car. I can't handle $200 for his car. So, and now all he's doing is taking Jonathan back and forth to work, which is taking about almost a half a tank of gas, which isn't bad. So I'm like, I can handle that every 2 weeks. And we're really hoping soon Jonathan will be getting his license. He just renewed his permit again. The thing was, is Jonathan's car, his struts or shocks, or I think it was struts. Something happened, which, I mean, it was my old car. So John had bought them like 4 years ago to put them on my car. And finally, one of the springs broke. And every time you turned a certain way, it would like clunk, clunk. So finally, John had to actually change the spring, or change the whatever they're called. And he did that Sunday. So what we did is we went and picked up Jonathan. I drove Jonathan's car to go pick him up. And then he drove home. He's like, I get in the car and he's like, I don't have my permit, it expired. I said, you know what? One night, it's a Sunday night, nobody's out here. You can drive it to your house. I mean, I'm in the car, and we'll just play dumb. Oh, it expired? I didn't know that, you know? Play dumb sometimes. So, he's like, okay. And he's like, oh my God, it feels so good to be driving again. And I'm like, yeah, you really need to, like, get on this, because it's like he'll start driving, and then it'll be such a long break before anyone can take him driving again, because, you know, life and work. And after work, do I feel like taking my son driving, going to his house, taking him driving, going back to his house, get my car, go to my house? No, I don't feel like doing that. So I told John, I said, you just need to start driving him to work in his car, and then he gets to practice, you know, and you're not using a whole bunch of money for taking him back and forth to work. And it's only started to really affect us the last 2 weeks, because now it's up to $5. Well, it's over $5. Now it's at $5.39 a gallon. But when it was like $4 a gallon, it was like, okay, we can still do this. But that extra $1.30 is like killing us. And I think it doesn't help too, because it's summer. Every summer, the flower shop, you get less flowers because people go out and visit instead of just sending flowers. So we know summers are slow, and gas prices in summer are slow. It's like they two don't mix. So anyways, what's cool is it's 2 o'clock. So now that we cut off at 2, when I go in here, the orders that are here, and I'm done. So that's good news. So, oh boy, here we go with the so's again too. It's all coming back to me why I don't like doing vlogs. It just irritates me that I keep repeating certain words and lose my training of thought because of traffic. But I'm going to let you guys go here because I kind of updated you all. I'm going to wait a couple of weeks until we get to craft room and I get a little bit more stitching done, and you'll have a floss tube. So I will see you again Monday, because this is Friday. Yay. Well, hello and good morning. It is Monday. Yay. So very happy. I got a lot of stitching done this weekend. I have to say, I don't know if I would have gotten more done or I got more done because Becca was playing WoW. She was on Twitch all weekend long, and the only thing is I catch myself just watching it and not stitching. But I did stitch longer amount of time because she was playing Twitch. The hours were just going by, and I was like, oh shit. Last night it was funny because it was almost 11 o'clock. Now she started at like, I want to say 2 o'clock. And at 11 o'clock she's like, well, I guess this is a good place to stop. And I'm like, no. And she's like, it's 11 o'clock. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock? Where the hell did the time go? But, oh my gosh. Moving Pokemon to a smaller hoop has helped my hand so much. I'm so happy because I was really, really sick. I couldn't have stitched if I wanted to stitch. But I really think that once I could stitch, which it was only a couple of days, it was like a week where I was getting back into stitching, that I stopped that coughing from my toes and migraines from coughing, that speak of coughing, and I start coughing. The days where I could really pick it up, if I really, really wanted to, I could have, but I chose a nap instead of stitching because the project I was working on was frustrating me. Mainly because I had to rip out because I miscounted. So it's not the pattern's fault, it's my fault. But nothing was like calling to me except for Pokemon, and I'm like, I can't do Pokemon because of my hand. Which the first night I tried it in, the normal hoop. I'm like, okay, I gotta try this, and I was like, nope. And the thing is because this is what was happening. I don't know if I explained this in Friday's clip, but because I was using a longer hoop, I would try to stretch my hand to get the far right. And if you put it in a smaller hoop, well, then there is no stretching, and it took all the tension away from my hand, basically. So that was great. So can I stop saying so today? Dang. Sew buttons on balloons and watch them pop. So now I'm gonna start doing the instead of so. Oh my gosh. I remember all the bad quirks and habits I've had. I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop. It's like when you catch yourself doing it, it's like, it's one of those little, I did it again. But it already came out, so there's nothing I can do, but I did it again. I feel like you guys you're slipping. It's like you keep seeing more of the sky each time I hit a bump, which probably is. I haven't tightened this up in a long time. It was holding my, okay, so this is, what you're held in is a cell phone holder that connects to your rear view mirror. Well, the thing is that I haven't used it since, I don't even remember when I did a last vlog. But what it's been holding is my little Scentsy carton. So it hasn't been, adjusted or anything. So it's very floppy. I can tell you guys are just like, yeah, see. Every time I try to pull you back up, it just goes, nope. Yeah, so I got, let's see, I don't think I stitched Friday. Because Friday was crazy at work, and when I came home, I was like, not doing anything. And then Saturday, I want to say 300 stitches. And see, what I was going to do is only allow myself to do 400 stitches a day. Just to, work up to being able to stitch more. And I did a lot of housework Saturday. Well, all this weekend I've done a lot of housework, really. Okay, this guy is making me nervous. Or girl. Just stay in your lane, please. So I only did 300, and I got a late start to stitching too. So I only did 300, which I was proud of my 300. Last night I did 800 stitches. So, but I think I'm going to try to keep it to no more than 500 a day. Maybe on the weekends, like, I'll do 800 at the very most, because my hand is quite hurting today, but I don't know if that's because of all the housework I did this weekend too. There's all these factors that go into it, so I'm not going to freak out. But, oh, one good thing too, fingers crossed, Becca has a job interview today. So, I'm super excited for her. It's at Michael's. So we will see. This will be her first job ever. So, she's quite excited. She only has one more semester, and then she graduates next year. But the cool thing is, well, it's not cool, but because of COVID and all that, because they kept canceling classes and everything, all she needs is 1 credit hour. So I don't like this. The class that she has to take, that she's already signed up for, is just an online class. There's no schedule. You just check in. I think it's once a week. You turn in your homework and you get your next homework assignments. I want to say it's a writing class. I think that's what she said. I don't remember now. I told her, because all she needed was a fluff class. I'm like, just take a math class. Take an easy math class. My child is a whiz at math. Take an easy math class. But I don't think that's what she did. I think she did a writing class. But she's got to get a job because she's got to pay for that class, because mommy's bank is gone. Mommy's not paying for school anymore. My God. College is like crazy. And because it's only 1 credit hour, she can't get, financial aid or anything. And it's only like, it's under $600. I told her, listen, you can get a job and pay that, get the money before you go back to school in no time. Just get out there and get a job, So, that's what she's trying to do. All last week, she put in applications everywhere. So, hopefully, tomorrow morning, I will have some news on that. Well, who knows? They might be, we'll call you, They might be just doing, I don't know. I don't know how it works these days. The funny thing is she was like, oh, I'm going to have Daddy take me here and Daddy take me there. And I'm like, you basically do it all online now. So, that's what she did. Okay. That's basically all I had to update you on the weekend. Like I said, we did a lot of cleaning. John did a brisket. Oh, I got the hiccups now. So, yeah, it was a very quiet weekend, which makes me happy because I like the quiet weekends. I like the ones where we don't have to run around and do a whole bunch of stuff. My goal this week is every day to spend at least 30 minutes in the craft room, getting it organized and, well, switch desk and we're basically tearing apart the craft room and putting it back together. So, yay? No yay. Okay, guys, I will talk to you later. Oh, I'll wait until I pull up, because I'm pulling up at my house. I had an early one, and then my next ones aren't due until 12. I'm going in at 11. Nothing was made, so I'm going home for a while. Okay, let's see. Can you see? Or, I'll just take you out of the thing and show you. I don't know if you can see back there. Probably not, because this is all yucky. Okay, so how am I going to do this? First, I'm going to unplug you here, and hopefully you'll still keep recording, and you can hear me okay. Time to get dizzy. I have everything out of my car. So we still have the piece of junk car, John's car, but look at the rose bush. It is like blooming like nobody's business. I've never seen it grow that tall. So, but once the car's out of there, then we'll be able to enjoy it. But, oh, I can't see. I can't see what you guys are seeing because of the sun. So, there's my garden. In the back 3 pots, we have jalapenos, green peppers, jalapenos. Then we have cucumbers, green peppers, tomatoes. And then, now Becca says this is my broccoli. I don't know what it looks like broccoli's springing up, but these are my seeds. So she says, no, it's my broccoli, but it just looks like cloves to me. But now it's kind of looking like it has a purpose. But, okay, so what was this? I think this is supposed to be a tomato plant growing, hopefully. This is broccoli. Then we have carrots that is doing nothing. And then we have green peppers that are, well, no, this is mixed peppers. Never done anything by seed, so. And all my peonies are cut down. There's John's pathetic, what you call it, rose bush. And then I only got 2 little lilies out here. And then I have my, I used to be in the big garden and then we moved a bunch in the back. And then Johnny got new bird feeders. Oh, and this new light post. And we put a slinky. And so far, it is keeping the darn squirrels off of the bird feeder. So, okay guys, that was my little check-in. I will check in again tomorrow. Good morning. It is Tuesday, June 14th. Yay. Not much to tell you today. I did overdo it on Sunday, so last night I couldn't stitch, which was kind of disappointing, but good news. Becca got a job. She's super excited. She'll be working at Michael's, or for some of you who know her by Tiny Pufferfish. Besides working with me on weddings and delivery stuff, this is her first job. So she's nervous but excited, and she says it's a good start before her forever job. She only has 1 more class until she graduates. I think I told you guys that it's just a 1-hour course. And the thing is she doesn't even attend class. She just gets assignments and do them and does them. Do them and she do them. So, but oh my gosh, this morning at 6:17, which, I mean, right now it's like 8:30. We have an early one again, of course. But like at 6:40 this morning, or 6:17, I think it was 6:17. Me and Becca have been sleeping in the living room in our chairs because laying flat, we still choke. And I think, which I could sleep in my bed now if I didn't have, I think I have, what is it called? Sleep apnea. And I think laying on my back, I noticed I stop breathing more when I'm sleeping. I wake up, I jerk up, which John has confirmed that, I stop which she has it too. It's kind of scary though when your partner just stops breathing and then you're like counting and then all of a sudden they're like, it's like, okay, he's breathing again. But I noticed when I sleep in the chair, I sleep less hours, and when I wake up, I am like energized. It's not like, oh, let me sleep for another hour. Like if I was in bed, I would look at the clock and go, okay, just one more hour because I'm exhausted. No, my eyes are like popping open. I'm like, okay, so apparently I got enough sleep. So that's why I'm sleeping in the chair more. But anyways, I think Becca just wanted to sleep in the chair last night because she slept in her bed 2 nights in a row and was fine and didn't wake up choking and everything. So all of a sudden I hear this crash, and I think she knocked over her cup, and we have metal tumblers with metal straws, so it was like someone was doing like a dinner bell. I'm like, well, what's happening? She's like, I knocked over my cup. I was like, okay. Then I couldn't go back to sleep. I go back to sleep and sleep for like maybe 10 minutes, and that was it. It was like, oh my God, help me, I need to go back to sleep. But yeah, that was basically yesterday and this morning. I'm super excited for her. We're such geeks too. We find out and we both start crying. It's like, oh my God, look at us. But she's super excited, and she could start as early as the end of the week. So it's only part-time, which of course, I think you only get part-time, and then, you know, you can work up to being full-time. So tonight I'm hoping to go home and do at least, I think I might do it at 300 stitches, my max. Because I think that's when my hand doesn't start hurting. And I should have known when my hand started to hurt that it was because of the stitching, you know, but no. I just ignored it. Just put on a pain patch and just kept going. Because that's the smart thing to do, which I need to try to locate more. I gotta go to different CVS's and see if they have those hot and cold patches, because the one by my house is sold out, so that'll be another thing I'm hunting for today. When I left yesterday, there was only 3 orders, which that doesn't say anything. You can leave and only be 3 orders, and then you walk in and there's 20. So, but Tuesdays are usually a slow day. So we'll see. But I guess I'm gonna let you go because there's nothing really else to tell. Oh, well, there is. So if you guys have been here for a long time, you've seen my husband John, especially like in the what's in the pots and everything. He's a big boy. He's a very big boy, and he needs to lose I was gonna say 100 stitches, 100 pounds before he can have his hernia surgery. And if you've seen the videos, you can see that the hernia, like, you can see the hernia. But anyways, he started his, now, mind you, he's been doing this for 6 years, trying to lose, maybe longer than that. I think it's been longer than that now. Jeez, it has. Anyways, God, has it been almost 10 years? No, it can't be. Maybe. Oh, well, yeah, because Becca was in high school, so, God, yeah, it has to be, like, probably, like, 8 years ago. Anyways, what does it matter? Anyways, finally, he started to take it serious and realize that he needs to have the hernia surgery before it kills him. His is really bad. I mean, you can see it. It looks like he's 9 months pregnant and ready to pop any day. So, sorry guys, you know the morning I always cough. So I think it was about 6 months ago when he was like, okay, he actually gave a date too. He says, I want to have my surgery by November. And I was like, okay, that's a plan. He said October, November. Okay. So, he went on this drug. Oh man, now I can't think of the name of it. But it's really helping him. And they started off real low. And the only thing with this drug, it's a shot that he takes. It's gonna come to me. Maybe tomorrow I'll remember the name of it. But, Cialis, maybe? I don't know. Started him off real low. He takes it Monday nights, and they warned him, it's gonna make you sick at first. And oh my God, it made him so sick. And then he went about 3 weeks, and he upped it, and made him even sicker. It was so bad that I was like, maybe you should talk to him about going down to 1 dose. But he pushed through it, and he just weighed himself yesterday, because he usually does it Mondays. Well, he tries to. And he's down 35 pounds. For him, that's a big deal. I mean, he would always lose like 2 pounds, gain 4. And be like, John, because what he would do is he would self-sabotage himself. Well, with him being diabetic and all that, one night, I had to be the mean wife and tell him, stop acting like a child and do what you're supposed to do. So we wrote out a schedule of when he's supposed to eat. He's supposed to eat 6 times a day. And he's like, I can't get 6 times. I'm like, John, it's a yogurt. And then like 2.5 hours later, it's an apple. It's not like you're eating all big meals. It's little meals throughout the day. Well, since we started doing this, it's really like helped him, and he gets excited. Well, this weekend he did a brisket, and it was like the last 4 or 5 days. Everything had barbecue sauce on it. We had pasta or carbs. He was eating a lot of carbs. And he's like, I'm just so sick. I'm just so sick. I told him last night, or yesterday, listen, do you want me to help you? And he's like, yeah. I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get you lettuce and tomato. And I said, I bought you all that deli meat. Have a lettuce wrap. And he's like, what's that? I said, you take the lettuce, you put a tomato on there, you put your ham. And if you need mayonnaise, put a little mayonnaise on there. I said, but you substitute bread for lettuce. He's like, that sounds really good. He goes, I used to eat those. I'm like, okay. And I bought him the chicken salad from Walmart. Let me run in here and then I'll come back out, because I really got to get to my early one. Okay, so anyways, I heard Miss Coffee talking about this. I forgot that they opened up my road here. For 2 weeks I couldn't go out this way. About this chicken salad from Walmart. So I was like, okay, I'll get it for John. Well, John said it was really good, but then after he didn't eat a lot either. Oh, darn it. I got that tickle back. After he had I think he had 6 crackers with it on, his awful, weak Ritz crackers. like 20 minutes later, he started getting sick. And he's like, I'm gonna have to get that chicken salad to Jonathan. I said, well, what do you think is getting you sick? So he read the back of it, and it said spices and paprika. We're not sure if it was the paprika or if it was the spices, because the last time he had paprika, it made him sick. But the thing is when you have a hernia that is like that, which I had a hernia like it, but mine was like I had like a 3 month pregnant belly, you know, or 5 months really, or it stuck out. It was like this, it looked like the size of not volleyball? I think volleyball is bigger than a softball, but smaller than a basketball. So it was like a cantaloupe. The cantaloupe would be the perfect thing. Like a cantaloupe sticking out of my belly button. It's very painful, and I don't know why, with it being like that, certain things, like I had to give up garlic, which was so hard. Garlic would make me sick. I don't know why. Maybe it's a gassy thing. I don't know. That could be it. Because the gas can't move like it would, you know. I don't know. Anyways, so we're finding, every so often we find something that he can't cook with, or I can't cook with. Basil is the hardest one. I'm like, John. So now when we make spaghetti, he has to take his spaghetti out, and then me and Becca get to add our basil, because basil, spaghetti without basil is, ugh. Anyways. So I was talking to him. I said, listen, I know you can't do the chicken salad. What else could I make you? And he's like, well, you could make me chicken salad. And I'm like, I don't know how to make chicken salad. He goes, you used to do it. I'm like, really? So I make tuna salad. Is it like tuna salad? Because I can go get a can of chicken. He goes, oh God, no, don't get canned chicken. He goes, you get some chicken breast, and you cut it up. I was like, okay, so like when we do chicken enchiladas or chicken and rice, I get some chicken. Well, we always get chicken thighs for us, but for him, I got chicken breast. Put it in the Instapot, and then I took the mixer and shredded it all up, and I made him chicken salad last night. And he was telling me, oh, I put some eggs in. I'm like, you put eggs in chicken salad? I say, I don't know any of this. You put eggs in chicken salad? Because I don't eat it. Anything with the mayonnaise base, I can't do. That's why in the summertime, I make 2 batches. I make 1 batch of potato salad, mustard potato salad, old-fashioned mustard potato salad. And for me and Becca, I make sour cream potato salad, which is so freaking good. Oh my God. I need to do a video on it. Really do. And then, of course, you have smart-ass Becca who says, but can you please not make the bacon yourself? If you guys don't remember, 4th of July, I was making that, and that's when I got the burn on my leg. That still has a nasty ass scar. Oh my gosh. And it's still like, it's like sensitive. But anyways, so I told him, when I was making it, I'm like, you got to come in here, because I can't taste this to tell me, if it's good or not. So you got to taste and tell me, add more, pickle relish, more eggs because I did 1.5 dozen eggs. And I told him, I said, listen, I'll put eggs in it, but you have to peel them. I hate peeling eggs. I'll make deviled eggs, egg salad, all that shit for him, but I ain't peeling the eggs. Which, it makes me so mad. He goes in there and he gets them peeled in like, it wasn't even 5 minutes ago. You're done? He goes, yeah, it's simple. I'm like, why is it whenever I try to peel eggs, they don't peel for me right? And he had perfect eggs. He only messed up one egg, and I think he messed it up so he could eat it. I'm like, are you kidding me? So what I did is I diced all the eggs up, and then I added like half of it, had him taste it. I said, do you want more eggs in it? He's like, yeah. He goes, put like half of, because I did it on a plate. He goes, maybe add half more of that plate. So it would basically be 12 eggs that he had in his chicken salad. Now, mind you, I did 3 big chicken breasts. So this thing of chicken salad is like big. So he's like, oh my God, that's so good. I said, okay. I said, well, don't leave me because now I'm making egg salad out of the rest of these eggs, you know? He's like, okay. So I mix it all up. And for once, I tell him to taste it. And he's like, oh my God, it's absolutely perfect. I'm like, well, that's a first because it's always, oh, add more mustard or add more this or, you know. I'm like, oh, okay. So it was funny last night. And mind you, it was a small container of egg salad. He comes out there. We're watching. Okay, so he usually stays in the back and plays with his trains and watches TV for, you know, a couple of hours, and then he'll come in the living room. Well, last night he stayed back there a long ass time, and all of a sudden he comes up and he's got his wheat crackers and his egg salad. It's so funny. I look over at him and I nod at him like, oh, you're a good boy, you know. Instead of eating a Nutty Buddy bar, he's eating something healthy. Because, you know, we're long talking how he needs to be good. So, all of a sudden, Becca goes, oh, I think Toby just farted on me. And I go, don't blame the dog for that. And he's like, what? And she goes, what? And I look over at his father and said, look what your father's eating. And she was like, oh God. And she puts up her, because when she turned her head towards her father, I guess she got a good whiff of it and realized, you know, where it was coming from. She hates the smell of eggs and she hates the smell of vinegar. So she's like, like, she's sitting there with the blanket over, like, just under her eyes. But yeah, that's what's been going on. But I'm really proud of him. We had chicken enchiladas last night, and which he loves chicken enchiladas, and he's like, I'm not having them. I'm gonna I think he had a salad last night. I was like, okay, good. That's what you're supposed to do. I mean, if I went to the grocery store, you're gonna do what you're saying you're gonna do, right? You better, or I'll kick your ass. So we'll see what he does tonight, you know, today, when I get home. And it's so funny. It's not funny. It's very frustrating. But I have to say it's funny, because I'll walk in the door, and you can tell he just looks like crap. And I'm like, are you okay? He goes, I'm not feeling good. I said, have you eaten today? No. Well, that's why you're not feeling good, dummy. It's like, oh my God. I told him, I said, you wake up, you take a shower. The first thing you do is you sit down in that chair and you have a yogurt. A simple yogurt will start your day. Have an apple. Have a banana. You're like, yeah, I know, but I'm just so nauseous. Well, eat something and you won't be nauseous anymore. Because there's that little window where he's like, he wakes up and he's feeling good, and you can just see him deteriorating. He's like, I woke up feeling good. Well, if you would have woke up and eaten right away, you would still feel good. Ah, men, I tell ya. No, it's not a man thing. Well, maybe it is a man thing. I think it is a man thing. I was going to defend him, but there is no defending him. He just needs to stop being a child. I hate telling him every morning, did you eat? No, not yet. I plan on eating. Like, okay, you get sick. I don't care. I do care, but you know what I mean? Ugh. Okay, let's get a new subject because I can feel my blood pressure rising. Well, I guess I should just let you go because there is really nothing else to say. Jonathan's working his butt off. Yesterday he got so he listened. He's like a Patreon to the Yard, which is Ludwig and Slime and I want to say Ethan, but anyways, I listen to it too. I don't catch as many as he does, but when I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, the Yard. I better go listen to the Yard. Well, anyways, yesterday, while we were on the phone, he's like, oh yeah, and a package came for Jonathan. I'm like, yeah? He's like, yeah, it's something about a shirt or something from, I don't know, it was some podcast. I'm like, oh, the Yard. So I text Jonathan, and I'm like, so, thank you so much for buying me this sweatshirt. And it was crickets. And I had talked a little bit to him in the morning. And I got one word response. And then there was like 6 text messages after that. So it was, and I didn't realize it was this late when I did it. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I texted him, I said, what's up, dude? Why aren't you fucking talking to me today? No, I'm sorry. It was like midnight when I texted him that. And he texted me back right when I was falling asleep at 1 o'clock. Well, like 1:30. He's like, sorry, work was fucked up. Okay, so they start at 7 o'clock in the morning. I think they open at 11 or 10. I can't remember. But anyways, they usually have, I want to say, 4 people on staff because they got, oh, by the way, for you new people, Jonathan works at Little Caesars. They usually have 4 people in the morning because they got to make the dough. They got stuff they got to do, you know. You can't just open the pizza shop and everything be ready, you know. You got to prep everything in the morning. So, he said from open till 4 o'clock, it was just him and another person. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, it was hell. And they're a drive-through too. So, when the store opens, I think there's like 6 people back there at a time. Because you have to have someone in the front, someone on drive-thru, someone making the pizza, someone doing something else, someone doing the dishes. You know, there's someone cutting and put it in the box, and, you know, it takes a whole bunch of people to run a pizza store. He's like, it was ridiculous. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry for giving you a hard time. He's like, no problem. I said, go to sleep, go to bed and get some sleep. He's like, and I said, love you. And he's like, okay, love you. But I could hear in his voice, okay, love you. He was like whipped. Poor little boy. So, okay. That's my last story for today. I think I did, this vlog is going to be so long. Which, I mean, if you guys like vlogs, then You like the long ones. I know I do, so. And listen to me on double speed. It's hilarious, and you get through it faster. Hello, it is Wednesday. It is 4 o'clock, and it is hotter than hell out here. It's 97 degrees. Yay? No freaking yay. I almost forgot to come on. I just remembered that I had a clip. I went home because I needed to use the restroom and grab tiny pufferfish. Hello. And then I was like, oh shoot, I haven't done my clip yet. I've been like rushing to get these deliveries done before 4 o'clock. Well, that didn't happen, but I was super focused today at work. I had a lot of deliveries. But, okay, so last night, recap. Came home and I made Johnny a salad, and I washed and dried, I guess that's what you call it. His I got him romaine lettuce to do lettuce wraps. So I made him a nice salad, and I cleaned and bagged some leaves for him. I don't know what to call it. Leaves. And then by the time I got done with that, Becca was ready to go stream, and she streamed. How many hours did you stream on? 8 hours. Oh, I love it. I know a lot of people don't like just watching video games, but that's one of my favorite things to do. So I just sat there and cross-stitched while she played her video games, and then it was time to make dinner. So it was funny. John made mine and Becca's dinner, and I made his dinner for him, which he loved the wraps. So, but I did 300 stitches, and I think that's what I'm gonna have to keep it at right now, because anymore I do it, and the next day I barely can use my hand. So, which, I mean, my hand was hurting really bad when I woke up this morning, but I don't know if I slept on it wrong too. There's a lot of variables to that, but I think I'm going to keep it at 300 for a while, which really stinks, because in my games I would like to do more than 300 stitches, but for my hand, that's all I can allow myself to do is 300 stitches. And I was like starting to get, you know, bummed out. I don't want to say depressed, just bummed out about it. And then after I did the 300 stitches, I'm like, but you can see progress. So now I'm not so bummed about it, I guess. It's hard to say. But yeah. And Becca leveled to 50 yesterday, which I can't believe how fast it's going.
I know.
And the cap is at 60?
Yep.
You're going to be at 60 in no time.
It's weird.
It is very weird. I remember when I played it, it was like...
It took forever for you guys to get to 80.
Yeah. A good year. You know, so... But I'm getting the itch to play. I'm really getting the itch to play. So, I don't think we have any other updates. Today's a short clip. The white stuff is flying around. Oh, now the fish flies are out. Those are Becca's favorites. She hates fish flies. I grew up in St. Clair Shores, so in June to like basically the end of June, it was basically the month of June. Hold on, I gotta take a drink. I'm gonna start choking. You woke up and there was fish flies. I'd put them on my shoulder and walk around with them on my shoulder. Oh yeah. My brother thought it was crazy. He was like you. He'd scream and yell about them. If one landed on him, I'd just put it on my shoulder. They don't bite. They don't do nothing. They live for 24 hours. That's it.
And they still creep me out.
I know. So yeah, got the cottonwood trees flying the white stuff, which is really bad today, messing up my sinuses, and my eyes are itching so bad. My gosh, what is the problem?
Everything.
People just don't know how to pass the gas pedal. This is the 4th red light. And we've gotten maybe
$2.
yeah, if that. So, yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Right? Plan on doing another 300 stitches. Are you going to string tonight?
Yes.
You don't even have to ask. Yay! Okay, guys, so I will check in again tomorrow. Good morning. So it is, you're kind of crooked there. I'll put you there. Okay. It is Monday. Yeah. I forgot to do a clip Thursday and Friday because, you know, not used to doing this. And then Saturday and Sunday I'm at home, so yeah, so this will be the last clip of the day. It's raining. Yay? No yay. I had a good weekend though. I didn't stitch at all either, so that could be the reason too. It has been hella hot here, and I think it's called an alt light that is right above my head. Well, I bring it down to where it's like leveled with, if I were to raise up just a little, you know, like sit up straight, the alt light hits my head because I can't see, so I have to have light right on my project. Well, the beginning of the week, it's been hot here for a while now, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, of course I was only, you know, limiting myself to so many stitches. I think it was 300, but just doing those 300 stitches, you could just feel the heat off of that light. I was like, it's too hot in here. So I knew Thursday I wasn't going to stitch, because Thursday and Friday it was awful. But one good thing is so for a week and a half, basically. Now, I have laptops from over the years. And at one point I had a gaming laptop, but I don't know where the hell that went. I think we threw it away because something blew in it, whatever. So all week we've been digging out all the laptops, and we thought for sure the one that we bought Becca, we bought her a gaming computer because she was going into gaming simulation and animation. So I know we bought her a really good computer when she started college, brought that out, did all the updates and everything, tried to run WoW, World of Warcraft, and it wouldn't work. And I'm like, oh my god. 2 of the laptops, we got it to like actually load, but it was so slow. It took like it took longer than that. It took like 20 seconds if you were to turn left for your character to finally move his head left. I'm like, you couldn't run, you couldn't jump, you couldn't do nothing. I was like, this isn't gonna work. Well, I've been watching Becca play WoW, and it was probably like 10 years ago, me, my son, Becca, my mom, her boyfriend, we all played WoW. And I mean, we played WoW where it was like on Tuesdays when they did the updates. That's the day that the house got cleaned, laundry got done. That was because you couldn't play because the updates, they would, there was no way to get on the server. So Tuesday was like the day to get all your crap done because you couldn't play WoW until later at night. Then you would be able to get back on. But I remember I was so addicted playing WoW that I had Wednesdays off so I could just play WoW after the new updates. We were obsessed. So anyways, when the laptops didn't work, I said, Becca, because all I wanted to do is, because I still have my old characters, all I wanted to do was go on there and like fish and give the stuff to Becca. I wasn't going to quest or anything like that. And I said, Becca, would you want me to play WoW with you? And she was like very excited. And she's like, would you? And I'm like, yes, I want to. So, because of all of her student loans, I knew that I wouldn't be able to get a Best Buy credit card in my name. But John has one. And he has like $2,000 credit on it. Because we buy things, we pay it off and they raise the limit and all that. So that's one card that he like doesn't touch and I just keep paying off. Anyways, I went in the back room and I said, Johnny? He's like, yeah. I said, now I know I wouldn't, give the whole spiel. I wouldn't be able to get the credit card because of all of Becca's loans. You see, all of Becca's loans are in my name. $64,000 in my name of student loans. He has none. And he's like, okay. I said, I'd really like to get a laptop so I can play WoW with Becca. And he's like, okay. I'm like, oh, so you'll let me do it? He's like, yeah, how much is it going to be? I'm like, I don't know. Wanted to ask before I started looking, So, ended up getting one for about $900. Well, okay, I bought like this mouse pad that has a raised rest, I guess is what you would call it, which really helps my wrist. Oh my god, so happy about that. Becca's the one who told me that. And then I got a cooling tray to put my laptop on because it's going to be on material, and I didn't want it to overheat. So after I bought all the little headset with, microphone, because you've got to be able to hear each other, right? So it was about $900. Get home, load the game. Now mind you, this was like 7 o'clock at night when we got home. Loaded the game, so it took to about 8 o'clock. And me and Becca got on to start playing, and we made a new character. And the next thing I know, Becca goes, wow, look at you being a true gamer. And I'm like, what? She's like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Now guys, since a little bit before Mother's Day, that's when it started. Well, I guess the last 6 months it really started. Oh gosh, that was a big one. Now you guys are really tilted down. Okay. 6 months ago, I started to like go to bed earlier and then get up early, which I have always been a night owl. So she's like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not even tired. Not yawning or anything. And that day I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I should have been in bed like 11 o'clock. That's the time I would usually go to bed if I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's sometimes 10 o'clock. Anyways, so I was like, wow. I said, okay, we got to get off of here because I had earlies in the morning. No, I didn't. Did I? That was Friday. Yes, I had earlies in the morning. So, got off, went to bed, went to work. That's right. Because I did my earlies, and then nothing was made at the shop, and the delivery was right down the street from my house. Ran home. All three of us, like, cleaned the house really fast. Went to work, finished work, and then went to Walmart. And now I might be able to. Now tomorrow, I know I won't be able to stitch. It's supposed to be 100 degrees tomorrow. Who knows what the feel like's gonna be? But I bought like this mega fan. It's round. Kind of looks like a box fan, but it's round, but it's super fanny. Anyways, because it was hot this weekend, hooked that all up in the living room, and because each day at like 10 o'clock at night, I'll say to John, because that's usually when he like goes to lay down, or he usually does his meds around 10 o'clock. I said, what's the temperature? Because on our thermostat, it tells you what the temperature is inside. I said, what is the temperature? He says, it's still 86 degrees. I'm like, no wonder we're still dying in here. And mind you, that's with humidity too. If it was just an 86, no humidity, I could do that all day long. It's that damn humidity that, like, kills you. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, so where was I in the story? So, Friday night, got the fan, and so that was probably like 3 o'clock when I plugged in the fan, and the house was, and I have air conditioning, but the house was at, I think it was 89 degrees, and I think that day we were 98 degrees or 99 degrees, and it felt like 113. The feel like was 113. It was all the damn humidity. So anyways, put the fan, rearranged some things, because my bedroom, Becca's bedroom, and the bathroom are very cool rooms. And I think it's because it faces the north, and that part of the house has trees and stuff, so I think that's why it stays cooler, because it's, you know, it's protected. My living room faces west, and you've guys seen on the vlog, when I pull up, there's 3 big, all it is window bays. It's just not even a bay. It's windows from ceiling to floor. And that's the hot sun that we get. Even in the winter, when the sun is blaring, you put your hand on that window, and it's like you can feel a little warmth. It's weird. And I don't mean when it's a bad snowstorm. I mean when it's like 40 degrees and the sun is beaming right on that window, you can feel the sun. Maybe more like 50 degrees. 40, I don't think so. But you know what I'm saying? Even when it's colder outside and the sun is shining, you can feel the heat. So, I plugged in the fan and everything, so I have our ceiling fan stay on no matter if it's winter or summer. It's just we change the direction of how it flows, because in the winter it brings down the heat, and then in the summer, or do we bring up we put it upwards so it rotates the heat down? I think that's what it is. And in the summer we have it coming down on us, so we're actually cool. Anyways, I have the ceiling fan in my room. I had a rotating fan, not in my room, in the living room. And then I bought this big old turbo fan. I think that's what it was called. Are we here already? that was fast. Jibber jabbing around along, and we're here already. So anyways, I plugged in that fan, and it was on for about 4 hours, and John comes in the living room. Now he's in the back room, which the back room is even hotter than the living room. Well, depends on what time of day it is, really, because that gets the east sun, which isn't the hot sun, but it's warm enough. Okay, hold on. And the back room, which used to be my bedroom, has windows all the way around. It's about 7 o'clock, and okay, I remember it's 11:32. Our printer's not working, so Sandy went to go get a drum for it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna just go run this one, and I can print it out later. And I'm coffee, sorry. I'm choky, whatever you want to call it. I got that little tickle in the middle of my throat, and it's just like, just aggravating. So, anyways, John came in. It was probably, I want to say 7 o'clock. And he's like, holy crap, it's cold in here. And I'm like, what does the temperature say? He's like, 68 degrees. I'm like, what? I said, no wonder I'm freezing. I said, turn off that fan. So we actually had a nice cool weekend, even though it was nasty hot outside, which makes me very hopeful that I'll be able to stitch, because when it's hot outside, I can't do it. But I knew this weekend I wanted to just play WoW, and it was Father's Day. And because Mother's Day is the biggest holiday of all of them for a florist, because usually everyone has a mother or calls someone a mother. So that's why it's the busiest holiday season out there. So we never get to celebrate Mother's Day because we're always working. So I think it was a couple of years ago, me and John decided, listen, Father's Day, we're making Father's Day and Mother's Day. It makes sense, you know? We just celebrate the parents, basically, which is easier for the kids. And so, Becca's still getting used to this concept, and she's like, oh, well, I guess your Mother's Day present would be me playing WoW with you. And I said, no, you already gave me your Mother's Day present. And she's like, huh? I said, it was you working, because that weekend I have Becca Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and John has Jonathan Saturday and Sunday. I said, your presence to us is you help us on those days. I said, and technically, if you want to say, Jonathan bought your Father's Day Father's Day presents. So we're not material people anyway. So what it would be for John, he'd get a eBay card. What it would be for me, I get an Amazon card. Well, I don't need anything. I just bought a freaking computer. But I do have to set myself a limit, or not a limit, but when I get home, I need to stitch at least, my goal is 200 stitches. Then I can go play WoW. Because I can't play WoW first, because me and Becca started playing WoW. I want to say it was, by the time we got things done, because we were doing, we wanted to do a load of laundry. Apparently right now, every single day we have to vacuum the carpet, because I don't know how Toby even has fur on him. He's a little dog. And I swear we have vacuumed up, in the last week, vacuumed up 3 dogs of hair for him. So I don't understand it. Make it make sense, because I don't know where this hair is coming from off of him. But it is funny. Now when you pet him, he feels like he's skin and bones. I'm like, Toby, your skin and bones now. And he just looks at me like, I can feel it a lot better. Which he is eating. We have to make sure that we keep a good eye on his food and water, because he has, I forgot what he has. He can't have high fats in his diet. He's not allowed table scraps. He's allowed meat table scraps once in a while. But we don't feed him like anything really off of the table. Now, before, when Bobo was alive, every night Bobo got a plate of food too. Well, John's leftovers. So there would be noodles and all this stuff. And we had Toby for, I want to say, about 3 months. And we had to rush him to the vet. And we found out that he had something. They had to give him an IV. It was, as Becca says, it was a $400 vet bill. So, if you want to feed the dog, you can pay the $400 vet bill. She says that to her dad. Because John would put down the plate, and, both dogs would go do it. And he'd be like, but Bobo's used to having my leftovers. It's like, Bobo can deal. And then John's like, well, Bobo has no teeth, so he has to. I mush it all up for him. Bobo had no problems eating bones and all the hard treats that we gave him. But anyways, Bobo, rest in peace. Yeah, so we watch his food, make sure he's eating, because that's the first sign. When we know he's not eating and drinking, we need to rush him to the vet. Which I bought him new dog food on Friday, and I'm telling you, Becca is like, you bring something in the house for her dog, and she's trying to lift it out of the car, and she like stops. I'm like, oh, do you need help? And she's like, nope, just looking at the crude fat. I'm like, I checked. I wouldn't buy your dog fatty food. But you gotta really watch those dog treats and everything. It's ridiculous. Of course, the dog food that he has to be on is like twice the amount of the normal stuff. It's like, dang it. But anyways, we love him, so we pay for it. Yeah, so, she had to brush the dog and all that before we played WoW. Got on, and next thing I know, I'm like getting hungry. And here I'm thinking it's like maybe 5 o'clock. I looked up. It was 7:30. I'm like, oh my God. She's like, what? I'm like, it's 7 o'clock. And she's like, wow. I said, yeah, we need to wake up your father, and he needs to start cooking dinner because I'm getting hungry. So then we ate dinner, and then I think we played. We played for a couple more hours. And then, so Saturday night I slept in my bed. I slept really good. Didn't wake up like where I couldn't breathe or anything. Didn't feel restless, put it that way. I was like, asleep. So last night I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna sleep in my bed. So maybe it was like 10:30. I had to look. I mean, it doesn't matter, but I like to kind of know. I text Miss Coffee and I said, listen, I'm going to put Harry Potter on. I'm laying down. And I like listening to Harry Potter, the Audible, because when I'm watching a TV show to fall asleep, I stay awake to see what's happening. And if I put on a book that I haven't heard, well, then I'm waiting to see, what's happening. And I've been doing Goblet of Fire over and over and over again each night. But where I start is always somewhere where I fell asleep the last time. So, because right when I feel like my eyes are getting heavy, then I'll put a bookmark. And so then in the morning when I wake up, I can just do the bookmark where I left off. So, but I was telling her I like doing that because I already know what the story is. So I'm listening, but I'm not listening. And then I fall asleep. And I find when I listen to an audiobook while I'm sleeping, first of all, I don't have dreams or bad dreams. If I do have a dream, it's like I'm in a Harry Potter world, you know? So, I don't know. I really sleep better with listening to a book. Okay, I'm here. I'm going to get off of here. I told you everything that happened the last 4 days. So, I don't think there's anything else to say. I will get this all up and you'll get it today. And then tomorrow we'll start the new vlog. And remember, I'm just getting back to it. So, there's going to be days that I forget. Because I got to get used to doing it. Even when I was doing it strong, I would forget, you know. I'm human, so. But I'm loving playing with Becca. But I will be still cross-stitching. And we got to get that room, the craft room, cleaned up. So, mainly, I would say, I do want to just do it in the living room. But I have my projects all over the place. And I've completed quite a few of them. And I want to show you the progress of everything. I'm basically going to do like a whip parade just so you guys can see, because it's been so long, you know, see what I have left to work on. Which right now I'm just focusing on Pokemon. That makes me happy and it makes me want to pick up my stitching. So there's that too. I really should tear out those stitches too, so when I just want to work on one color, I can go back to the B one. And then I got to start Miss Coffee's cross-stitch thing, too. Maybe I'll have Becca work on that this week, and then next weekend, I'll start, I'm doing her a ferret. So, I'll start on that next week. Okay, guys, I hope you had a great week. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.